gentlemen, welcome to another episode of the show. Y'all know the vibe. This is Behind the Mic Stand. I am your host, Alex Babbitt. Now, this week we got a special guest, one of my close homies in the entertainment industry. It's not just a comedian, not a writer, no. Ladies and gentlemen, we got a rapper, one of the greatest ones of our generation. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like you to make some noise and experience the vibe of my brother, Piff Marti. What's up, man?
What's going on, bro?
What's up, G? Oh, that was quick! Oh! We got it on screen. I look like a white kid doing a high five.
No, but I'm happy to be here. Thanks for inviting me. And I've been seeing what you've been doing on the internet. Just seeing, I really want to say I'm proud of you. I said it off camera, of course.
Come on, man.
I'm gonna say it again. I'm really proud of what you're doing right now.
And same to you, bro.
It's really dope.
Speaking of the internet, didn't you make an album called Songs for the Internet?
Yeah.
And I love the songs you made for the internet. The internet has never felt so I don't want to just say lively, but you bring a true sense of love into the internet. Normally you scroll and you see shit, you be like, man, this is ass.
It's always ass.
It's not fun to watch.
95% of the time it's ass.
But your content, bro, and for people who are watching who are just getting to know your content, Piff Marti, you, I believe, do amazing work, and it's positive, but it's not cheesy. Is that intentional?
And that's on purpose. Because a lot of positive shit, for some reason, is corny.
Yeah.
It's really true. It's why does this feel corny, but it's good?
Because it feels like they lying to me.
Actually, that's really what it is. And then the way that I approach it, and another reason why it's corny is because a lot of the times people do it I'm talking to you on a podium, I'm holier than thou. But that's not how I approach my work. I'm talking in my content and in my songs, I'm approaching it yo, I am the homie trying to put you onto some shit that I learned too, because I don't want to keep this information to myself. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So I think that's why it resonates with so many people, because I'm not coming off as if I am better than you. You're equal. I'm a human just like how you are, and I just make music for other humans and content for other humans.
Yeah, you're not trying to be better than everybody? Not a little bit? Not a little bit?
No, I used to, but it just wasn't working for me, because hey, this doesn't feel right. You know what I'm saying? And I had to learn how to. Every artist, we have this ego. We have ego trips all the time.
Man, that shit is crazy.
It is.
You get me. I remind myself, stay humble, bro.
We have these moments fuck these niggas, I'm stepping on these niggas.
I'm a savage.
Anything I want, I can have. And it's true though. Anything we want, we can have. But sometimes we have to make sure we're not tearing down people and feeling because. At the end of the day, I'm an expert at what I do. The next person is an expert at what they do. So, I'm not better than them as, maybe I am.
This sounds like some real better than you shit to say. Hey, I'm just like the rest of y'all, just people listen to me very often and appreciate the knowledge that I'm giving to the world that I've discovered.
No, but basically the reason why I do it the way that I do, because I just want to just give information. Yeah. And I just do it through music. Mm-hmm. Straight up.
That's interesting here, because I've also, to give context to people who don't know our relationship, because I remember sharing something with you and someone was like, man, you know him too? I was like, yeah, but
you do know everybody.
I do know everybody, but that's because I know everybody lit because I'm striving to be lit. Mm-hmm. So you're just around lit people. But in your case, I've known you since we was teenagers. Yeah. So
which is kind of trippy.
Yeah, I've known you since I think I was 15. You was 16. Something like that.
I've known you for 10 years.
Even more. Yeah.
More than 10 years.
Yeah, more than 10 years, bro. So it's weird. It's weird. It's very weird. It's very weird to see the elevation of it all. Because I remember some of your first. Because I remember when you did what was that show? The rap battle one?
Freestyle Friday.
Freestyle Friday. I remember when you promoted it.
Yeah.
Because I think this is before Instagram was crazy. It was what it, but it's not what it is.
Yeah.
It was when it was more picture based.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I remember you going to that.
Yeah.
And I'm being like, oh shit. Can I say your real name, or should we not say your real name? All right, cool. I didn't know if it was an artist.
I'm still me. You know what I mean?
I only refer to as Piff. All right, Mr. Marti.
Yes.
I remember saying, yo, Shaq made it on TV. That shit is cold. And that's where, you know, because it's like the 106 in Park era where you go after high school, so you don't really know how anything works.
Right.
Like, yo, this thing's on.
Yeah, I'm on TV. I made it, and that's how I felt too. And it's funny, that day was like a real lesson for me, because before then I never lost anything. Like I was one of those people that were naturally talented at every single thing that I do. I didn't have to work at it.
It's so funny to hear. But he's wild humble. Do not misconstrue any of this. He is a very humble man.
I am though. But like that was when I was at my most arrogant though in life, right? Because I'm like, yo, I never lose. I'm number one at every talent show. I'm a better artist and entertainer than everybody I'm around any room I go into. So I went into that situation like, yo, my opponent is this like white boy from Ohio. I'm about to murk him. I'm not even gonna prepare for it, right? Yeah. But then he destroyed me. This nigga bodied me both rounds, and it was for some reason Justin Bieber was on that episode, right? So there was no black people in it. It was just teenage white girls just laughing at like just all the jokes that because he was just cutting my ass with his bars, and I'm like, damn. So that humbled me a lot. Like it showed me that I need to prepare, and it showed me that, all right, just because you're on TV don't mean you made it. It just means you have an opportunity. So when other opportunities come, make sure you prepare for it instead of like just going into like, yeah, I'll just do this.
Yeah, this is what I'm the greatest. I'm the greatest.
You ever had those moments though?
Me? Look at the camera. Me? Yes. What's wrong with you? I'll tell you one major. I'll put it in comedy. In comedy, the first TV credit I officially got was the HBO joint, right? When I got on Def Jam. So that was interesting because at the time I didn't really know what Def Jam was. I had watched it a little bit, but like it wasn't really in my ether, but everybody was bigging it up, so I knew it was a big deal. Went to LA, got to stay in the W Hotel, so I got like a moment. Nice. And it was all stuff that I hadn't experienced yet. That's nice. So they paid for my flight, they paid for the W Hotel. I'm calling my family. They're like, oh my God, you in a W? Drake talks about that. Like that's, you know what I mean? I'm in all of that. I'm feeling good. I'm over there in LA. Girls was flirting with me after, like egos on 1,000. I come back to New York City, there's a video, my friend got it, of me walking into one of my homies' comedy shows, and some girl tried to come to me and say congratulations. I'm walking with my girl to this row. I'm like, I stiff arm her.
Like the Chappelle show?
Not only do I stiff arm her, but I'm like nodding my head as if everybody knows what's going on. Like, yo, calm down, calm down. Pleasure to see you too, beloved. Like,
know where you're at.
Yeah.
Act like you've been here.
You're in the presence of greatness. and people feared me and ragged on me, but then the humbling thing was, because that was one of my first TV credits, and it gave me a lot of opportunities, but at the same time, my life didn't change. Yeah. So I still had to like hustle. Like there was times where people be like, yo, you been on TV. I ain't had no representation at the time. So legitimately nothing really changed besides people's perception of me. So then my ego was just like, yo, I'm me.
Why is it not happening?
Yeah, I thought I was about to get 1 million followers. I would get DMs. They weren't from like girls that I thought was cute. Nothing made me feel great. And I just kind of had to learn, and I would love to know more about this when it comes to yourself, but I had to learn the understanding that this industry, this game, as an entertainer, is like, it's just a long game.
The entire time.
Yeah.
The entire time.
It's not a simple, like, you get on, it's just you have highlights and then work towards them. You know what I mean?
And I think, from my perspective too, especially from what I've been like I don't want to say going through because it's all good stuff. Yeah. But what's been happening with me, I learned that firsthand that it's really the process, and everybody says that. It's about the journey, not the destination. Yeah. But you learn that, I had to learn that in real time, right? So I look at like artists like Drake, because that's somebody, I mean, Drake and Jay-Z are like who you aspire to like be when you're an artist, right? So I think I like Drake's moments. Drake didn't always have maybe Drake's not a good example of this.
Well, Drake had the Degrassi versus rapper.
Right. But
you know
that's a perfect example, actually, because Drake was already famous, right?
Yeah.
Right.
But he was like kid famous though. He's that famous that you don't respect as a rapper.
And you would think that because he's already famous, that it would be easier for him to transition to rap and like superstardom. But I remember when Drake first came out, I'm like, why the fuck is this wheelchair nigga rapping? Why is he not in the wheelchair? This doesn't make sense. And I'm sure him as an artist faced that adversity firsthand. I mean, literally because it's him. But he's like, damn, I thought this would be easier for me because I did the hard, you know what I mean? But it's really just like creating your moments and just building on the momentum over and over and over and over and again. For me, I had a viral moment last April with my song Boys Do Cry, right? I got 100,000 followers in like 2 weeks because of that, 300 on TikTok. And I'm thinking, I have nothing to do no more. I am lit, I am on, I'm getting the Grammy next week. It is lit. But that's not what happened. I got a bunch of opportunities, don't get me wrong, like I got a bunch of opportunities, but I didn't go to the other side just yet. And I had to learn that, okay, cool, this is the opportunity that when you prepare for it, when it happens, you just have to capitalize on this attention that you're getting. So because of that, I just started making more videos, more and more videos, just feeding this new audience that I have, because they can easily go away, just like that. So. I know I'm going somewhere, but
I understand you're to kind of summarize it based off how it was received to me. A lot of what you're saying is it's literally just build on, like it's building blocks, it's building the wall, it's
brick by brick.
Brick by brick. It's all the cliches. They're there for a reason. You know what I mean? And you seem to have a very level head about this now, just because I've known you. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Now.
Because a lot of people, because one, you're a rapper too. So rap is one of those things, everybody says they can do it, similar to comedy, where everybody says they can do it, and then at some point in most people's career, especially in the black community, everybody's tried.
Everybody has tried.
So,
everybody. Do
you think there's something that you did that made you different?
Well,
it's like a gassy.
No matter where I'm at, if there's a camera and a microphone, I burp.
That's crazy.
And I just don't do it anywhere else after that. But whatever. What was your question?
What makes you different?
What makes me different? Like, back to the cliche stuff, I'm being myself. I would love to rap about guns and busting heads and stuff like that because the bars are better. The metaphors are way better. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't talking asthma, but I got the pump. You feel like it just comes like that, right? But I can't do that. So but I think because I'm being myself, because I'm not being a caricature of a rapper, it's refreshing to people where someone is unapologetically being themselves, just because especially with social media, there's so many people not being themselves. So when someone else comes in talking about mental health, talking about crying as a man, talking about
buying a couch. That's literally what he is talking
about. This is refreshing. He's talking about everyday things. And I think that's what allowed me to cut through. Also, I'm doubling as a content creator too, right? Like instead of going the route of like making a mixtape, dropping 3 singles and a music video for each single, I said, no, I'm gonna take my iPhone. I think, and this is another thing too, I take my iPhone and shoot the videos for these songs too. So I think what it does for the people, it inspires them to feel like, hey, I can do this too. And I think that's another reason, just like with what I'm talking about and the fact that I'm doing it with no budget, it makes people are inspired by what I'm doing because they feel like they can do it too. And I think everybody can do what I'm doing. Right? I do it in my way, but you can do it in your way if you just have an iPhone and a tripod. It's the easiest it's ever been to be a creative, regardless of you being a rapper or a singer or a comedian or an actor or a filmmaker. If you just use your iPhone and be creative, you can get on. There's people making hundreds of thousands of dollars just using their iPhone. Fucking dancers, you know what I'm saying? Making millions of dollars just standing in front of a phone. Why can't a rapper do it? Why can't an actor do it? Why can't anybody do this? So I just did that, and then you see what's happening.
Come on.
Come on.
Yo, I'm gonna need you to tell me some of these hand movements we gonna do.
But you're ready for it though.
Because I'm a G. Real G is like, yeah, I'm not gonna die out here. But every time I'm like, oh no, not again.
It's gonna be a different one next time.
Nah, I get it, bro. And it's very, very not only inspiring, but truly does interest me. You know, because you're one of the few people in my life that I've got to watch the different tiers of, like, oh, okay, oh, and you know, the awareness you now have versus, I remember a couple years ago we was having conversations. You was like, yo, bro, I don't even want to rap no more.
Yeah. In hindsight, like, that was because it wasn't working for me. So I have this, and I still currently have this, like, thing where if something is not working for me, my brain is like, it switches like, nah, you really don't want to do this. You know, it's not that I kind of like minimize how much I want it, so it doesn't hurt that it's not working.
You take the rejection. You put yourself in the back burner. I didn't want
that shit anyway.
Yeah.
It's a lot. I'm a lot better at it now, but I still have that gene, if I'm just being honest. And I do want to be candid about that, because I know there's just people that see me like with my stoic nature and think like, oh, he's just like confident all the time. You know, I'm a human. Like, I deal with that same shit too. But yeah, there was a moment where I'm like, when I said I didn't want to rap no more, it was because it wasn't working. I desperately wanted to rap. I really wanted to.
Because I remember being furious, because I don't believe in many rappers. And I remember talking to you on the phone and just be like, yo, why? Out of everybody, you want to quit? All the people who I want to quit, and you're the one. I'm like, please keep going. I remember playing some music for my mom back in the day. It was the 4 years. I remember my mom being like, who's this? I'm like, this is my boy Shaq. She was like, this is pretty good.
That's my mom too.
Yeah, mom go hard. You know what I mean? She always supports whatever like artists I expose her to, especially if they like people who I'm coming up with in the class and shit. You know what I mean? But now when it comes to your writing style as a rapper, I've always been impressed. How do you write as a rapper?
So, I always love this question because people don't expect my answer. I find the beat, right, and then I just go to the booth and I just mumble a flow, right? Because the lyrics are the least important part of a song, right? Really? It's funny, me being a lyrical rapper saying that, but it's the least important part of the song. And I'll tell you why. When you first hear a song, right, you like it, you fuck with it. 2 hours later, you're trying to remember the song. Are you thinking about the lyrics, or are you thinking about the beat, or are you thinking about the melody? Right? Okay. You're humming it like, what's that song that goes, right? You're not saying the words, and that's the most important part of the thing. Cause like the beat, right? I start with the beat. The beat is what gets you dancing. It gets when you're at a concert, it gets the crowd jumping. It gets
like the soul of it all.
It's the soul of it, right? It sets the tone of it. So that's why all my beats are as dope as they are, because I'm like, I listen to these beats without words anyway, so I know this shit is gonna be fire once I put words on it. So I get the beat and then go to the studio, mumble the melody, because that's the second most important part of it. Mumble the melody, mumble the flow. What? What's it?
It's like a C student. It just sounds like a C student explaining how to rap.
Definitely, I'm actually a D student. Definitely.
That's what it felt like. It felt like you make it like, hey, this is rapping for dummies.
Straight up. Like people think this is like this intricate process. No, I just mumble and I add words to it after. I went to summer school in my senior year. So just let you know.
I ain't going to summer school the last year. That's what I'm saying. Just drop out, bro.
Yeah. Glad I didn't. I should have. But anyway, yeah, just mumble the melody, and as I got those parts together, I'm just listening to them like, oh, this is hard. So for example, with the Boys Do Cry, the flow was I did that first.
It's funny. You did the cornerstone salsa before
It's funny that you said that. I was doing those exact movements when I was like just getting it, when I was just like, oh, this is hard.
Nah, that he did. It's in Spanish, because you speak Spanish, so that's funny. Your first bars were in Spanish.
Say it again?
Your first bars were in Spanish for that song.
No, it wasn't.
I can see it.
No.
Not at all?
Oh,
dude, I've seen you speak Spanish.
No, I can speak Spanish, but I'm not, that wasn't.
Mucho gusto?
Sí. I can't remember the palabras right now, however. But That's really the process. Just mumble the words and then I add the lyrics later. And that's how that's why my songs sound the way that they do. That's why all the flows are different, because I just value those parts more than the lyrics. And the lyrics are the cherry on top, basically.
That's fire. That's fire, bro, for real. Because I wouldn't think that, as a comedian, we tend to focus on, like, at least in my case, I really focus on, like, little words. Like, I might say a joke over and over again, but I just change one word, because I know you listening. I can't hum a joke. Like, that's not how you take it in, you know what I mean? So it's a different experience.
Is it with comedy, right? Like, I think it's the same thing. The way that what you described and what I described, like the way that you inflect your voice on a specific word is similar to a flow, right?
Yes.
It's like it's the way that you say something. I'm no stand-up comedian at all, but my favorite stand-up comedians is the delivery. It's the way that they deliver, not necessarily the joke. And it's like 50 ways to say a joke, but the best one is the one with the best delivery, from what I'm saying.
Yeah, because in comedy, it's delivery and, like, your conviction. Like, you could say whatever, but if you really believe it, they believe you. Even if it's bullshit, like, you could completely make up a joke. It was like, oh, I took my girl here. You ain't took your girl nowhere. Like, you ain't even got a girl at this point.
By the way, there's politicians that do what you just said.
Yeah.
That's literally politicians.
If you don't vote for me, you ain't black. Like that.
Damn, you right, Joe.
Yeah. Now look it's that whole thing. So it's that whole, you sit, you're like, all right, I got to change one word, because certain words invoke certain reaction. Like, like, I know if I yell a curse word, it might turn off some women. I know if I just yell, it might turn off people. It's like the subtleties in your voice.
Question for you, do you like your bits more, or do you like crowd work? Which one do you like more?
Bits, hands down. I'm strong at crowd work. I'm likable. So yeah, that's all it. So it's got to be equivalent for, like, a rapper. Crowd work for a comedian is like when a rapper goes like, hey, put your hands up. Yeah. When you go to a concert, be like, all right, y'all know the words, now scream. Yeah. Like, the audience loves it. Yeah. But you be like, man, I'm just stalling.
I forgot what the next song is. Hey, where y'all from?
Whenever I do, like, crowd work, so I put a lot of crowd work out online. This secret to the juice. I put a lot of crowd work online, but I only put that so I don't burn through my material. My actual things that I painstakingly be like, all right, I got to change this word and that word and this word. If you see me do it at a show, it's because I forgot what I was planning to do. So I'm like, all right, well, I still got to do 3 more minutes. Hey, and I turn on this charm that people love, but I'm like, you guys
the
are
best moments come out of that, though.
For sure.
It's crazy how that works.
Yes, because it's just a universal connection moments. It's the things you can't like prepare for crowd work. You don't know what the audience is gonna be. Right. But you can, like, this is what I call, and you say it in the game, scripted crowd work. The A's, the O's, where y'all from? Yeah. Oh, that's where these people from. Blah, blah, blah. Like, you just kind of have a Rolodex of facts that you can use to get them. You know what I mean?
You know what's dope about crowd work too, it saves you from having to post material that you kind of want to save for like a special and stuff like that too. If you just got crowd work, you're still able to, like, grow your audience online too, and not have to give away your jokes that you're saving for on shows.
That's the one thing I envy with musicians versus comedians. Once you hear a joke, y'all still like it, but not as much.
Not every time.
Yeah.
There's no stand-up special that I've watched twice.
And see, as a stand-up, I've watched a couple twice, like some legendary ones. But even so, it's like I watch it because I'm like, yo, this joke cold. I'm watching it from a technician standpoint. But most people don't. Sure. Most people go to a comedy show a couple times in their life. If you're a real avid fan, maybe, and you know a comedian, maybe twice a year. The average person. Yeah. But music, like your music, bro, I've jammed to your music. What's the name of that second album? The one with the trippy one?
Lucid.
Yes.
Lucid.
I've listened to Lucid a lot because I like, Candy Paint?
Candy Paint.
Yeah, Candy Paint.
Some of my favorite songs off of that.
Candy Paint, and what's the other record that I really,
Why Me?
Why Me, I really enjoy, and there's one more. Oh, that's on my mama.
Clock Out.
Yeah.
Clock Out.
Yep. I was in a music video for that, I think.
Yeah. Yo, you were in a.
I've been in like 5 of your music videos.
I think so. You was in Clock Out. You was in The Time I Got Robbed, and then what else?
Clock Out, Tommy Got Robbed, the wrestling one.
Yeah.
There's definitely another one. I'm missing one.
There has to be.
There's definitely a fourth.
I remember it. Hey, it is what it is.
One of your old school ones, because I remember, because I think we filmed it over here, like somewhere in Harlem. I think Clock Out was filmed over here.
I think that was it. I think it was a street.
Well, fuck it, we still bonded. It was a great time.
Yeah, it was a good time.
But see, is so watching that all progress, and something that I'll say this on air because it's something I just thought about. I've admired your ability to also try to balance regular life too.
Tell me more. What do you see?
Where what do you see? It's all a lie. Yeah, I don't know. Piff Marti's a villain.
I'm like, am I balancing it right?
Well,
it's hard.
It's the pursuit. It's the pursuit of balance. Like you know what I mean? Like for example, you showed me the ring earlier. I don't know if that's important to you right now, but bow, flex on them, flex. Why you show a ring like a school shooter? Like
that's funny as fuck.
I'll kill you all. but yeah. you were, because I proposed to my lady not shortly, I think y'all did it like a year before, but I remember between seeing you do it and then one of your last records, I think it's Glad.
Yeah.
Where you talk about, I'm glad that like yeah. And I remember being like, all right, this makes sense.
Because it's real, like, you know what I mean? Like, speaking of like balancing work and life, I try to like combine them all because it's all the same. I don't believe in the separation of it, especially when you're a self-employed, like when you're a creative entrepreneur. Everything about your life is life. It's not like a work life, it's life. So my relationship is a part of that, right? It's the foundation of like my sanity, right? Because when you go home, it's important to have somebody you go home, one that you like, right? that's number one.
You go home, you hate that person. I can't stand you, yo.
Nah, I see guys in relationships like, damn, I gotta go home. What? You should make a decision about that, right? So thankfully, I actually like my wife, right? So that's great. That's a cool sentence.
Yeah, I heard you say it. I was like, I'm not even that comfortable saying that yet.
It's good that I like my wife, but it's cool like to have somebody that you could go home and like talk about your fears with. You know what I mean? Not that I lay all my problems out on her because she's a human too, and you can't like lay out all of your.
You're better than me.
No, it's important to not do that, but it's really dope that you have somebody that knows you like without all the layers. And I try to like have no layers when I'm in public, but I'm a human, right? But when I'm going home, there's no layers, and it's important to have somebody that knows you for you and just keeps that balance, keeps your ego in check, keeps you from like going to the bottom, straight up. Yeah. And again, it's important to have somebody that you like. So it doesn't feel like work because I actually like being with her. Yeah. So it's like, that is what it is.
That makes sense. Hey, dude, I respect it. It takes a maturity, man, because I've been my shorty forever, and I definitely like being with her. I do. I had and this is something that me and her have discussed, me and my pops have discussed. I had a very music video, like, centered version of reality, like 1,000%. Me too.
Oh shit! Where in every moment you're the star. And
yeah, for sure, 1,000%.
Yeah.
And it's all. Not only are you the star, but like it's all like all right, music video. So I literally clocked it out. I can base my whole life, first half of my life, in 3 Usher music videos, right? So it's like the My Way, cool, young dude, come in, swaggy, got some like animosity from people, but it's fine because you cool. Leave with the girl, got the young bad chick, fire. Things hit the fan, you don't have to call, you got it bad.
Yeah.
I got emotional because I did wrong. That's bad on me. And then, yeah, you in the club, it's lit again. But at no point do any of those videos talk about taxes. Like, man.
And that's the IRS got me on the hook. Damn, I used to get money back. What the fuck is going on?
And that's the hardest thing about an artist is like you have the thing that you strive for early because it's all the television, it's the music video, all of that, and then you get into it and you like, oh.
No, this is still life. It's still.
Yeah, I gotta start a family.
Like, and using that music video metaphor that I do, like you come home, I'm like there's times I'm coming home expecting to, I open the door, take my clothes off, jump on the couch. Instead, I'm opening the door like, hey, babe, can you take the garbage? All right.
Bro, after the show, I just finished signing things or get people taking pictures with me. I go back home, and this is how I know you're my homie, because I wouldn't even say this on most episodes. I'll go to my crib and just start yelling at my girl. But it's because I'm tight and how good I felt an hour ago.
Like, I gotta humble myself. Shit.
She be like,
people was just screaming my name.
She's like, yo, I'm sleepy. I don't want to do. You don't want to what? I just be in my office like this, man.
Shit.
Yeah, so but and you've always we've had discussions like this to where watching another artist go through it, because it's different when you deal with a person who's like not an artist. Like if you were just like a janitor or something, I wouldn't always connect the same way, because but you're going through similar experiences as so I'm like, oh, that's dope. He's adapting in a way that I probably should. All right.
And it doesn't change. From what I'm seeing, it's just gonna keep being the same way, just like on bigger levels. Like more money is gonna come and you still have to do the same thing. And I think it'll get harder when I'm more famous, or when I'm making more money, because money is just money, but when you have more people like trying to talk to you and more people trying to like pull you this way, trying to be a friend and things like that, it's super important to like make sure you still have the people that you've been with.
Yeah,
that
your core people
that treat you like Alex.
Yeah.
Like Alexander. I mean, I don't think nobody call you Alexander.
No one calls me Alexander.
Right,
my mom, 2 teachers.
But still, the people that treat you that way, right? And still have the people that treat me like Shaq and not Piff, right? So that's another reason why I value my relationships. My relationship.
Yeah. You got 2 families. I got 2 families.
I gotta shout them both out, right? But I value my relationship and I value my friendships too, my close friendships, like with you. Like I value that. Like I value my close homies, my family, just because like y'all make me feel regular still. There's people that don't know who I am but know me as Piff, that look at me like, yo, and I'm like, bro, I am still me. Please don't treat me like this.
But treat me like this a little bit. Like I don't want to be normal.
Like right here. But it's important. Like I look at artists who have like gone off on the deep end, whether they died, right, or they just went like rock bottom, and like just analyzing why that happened. Like, did they like get rid of their friends? Right? Or did they get rid of did they just stop doing the things that got them there? And I don't want to ever get to that point, because while it may look dope as fuck from the outside looking in, doing stadiums and going on every publication, I don't want my personal life to be in shambles where I don't want to be here anymore. To be real, because I know a lot of artists, they're making a lot of money, but they don't want to be here no more. Yeah. Because they don't have their people.
And they're just doing it out of necessity to keep income coming.
Not even, I guess it's that too, because I know people like their expenses are like still shitty, even though they're making a bunch of money, they're also spending a bunch of money. Yeah. But I think a lot of artists tie their self-worth into their work and then into how famous they are. And that's another reason why it was important for me to like humble myself a little bit, not see myself as less than who I am, but not see myself as like a god amongst
mortals.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's important to just like find that, so I'm not like tying my self-worth into how famous I am, because a lot of people, or how lit I am, because fame is like subjective now, but like I don't want to tie my self-worth to how many followers I have, how many views I get, because once that goes away, I am nobody because I've made myself this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So.
Yeah. And it's smart, bro. It's a smart way to go about it. I appreciate it sincerely. I got one more question to ask.
Yeah.
But thank you. One for your time. This has been fantastic, bro. If you had to, and we do this on every episode, so I'm looking forward to this because I know this is going to resonate with a lot of people, right? This is your camera right here. If you could talk to young you, or you, because it doesn't have to be young, it's just like young and, not young in age, but young in maybe lifestyle.
Yeah.
They're going through things that you may have went through in the past and you want to tell them something direct and you like, they resonate with what you're saying right now. What's a gem that you would give them personally?
The thing that should I look in the camera? I don't know. The thing that I would tell my young self is that motivation is not gonna come before what you have to do. You actually have to do it and then the motivation will come. Discipline is more important than motivation. I never feel like doing anything. I never feel like doing anything, but I have a goal. So basically I would tell my young self, like, just be disciplined. Discipline is gonna be more important than feeling like doing it. Discipline is gonna take you further than where you need to go and just stick to it. I know that's not as profound.
That's what it's gonna be profound. Like, watch, a couple years, they're gonna do, you know, the like Millionaire Monster shit, where like they put the dramatic music.
It's subtitles.
Yeah. Be disciplined, wild hard.
No, but for real, like, discipline is way more important. It's the most important thing. Because there's gonna be times where you don't feel like recording, there's gonna be times you don't feel like shooting a video, there's gonna be times where you don't feel like talking to your fans, there's gonna be times where you don't feel like doing anything, but that thing that you need to do is what's gonna propel you to the next level. And that's how all the greats are great, because they still go to work even when they don't feel like it.
Yeah, very much so true.
Straight up.
Man, I feel like this is a great episode. Ladies and gentlemen, one more time, can y'all help me in thanking my good friend, my brother, Piff Marti, my God. Woo! Wow, we did it. We did it. I love you, bro.
I love you too, bro.
For real. Thanks, guys. And once again, I appreciate y'all watching this episode. Watch another one. Y'all know the vibe, but I'll see y'all later. Peace.
Wow.
Bro, that was great.
Clear.
Hey guys, thank y'all for watching Behind the Mic Stand. If y'all enjoyed it, as I think you did, because you made it to the end, like, subscribe, make sure you hit that notification button so you hear the subscriptions and shit. You know how it works. Just like it. Stop skipping this part and do it right now. What? Somewhere right here. I think it's right here.